Oh, you're here. I was educating myself a bit. Bloodrayne Betrayal Fresh Bites Phantom Breaker Ultra Sexy Battleground Overdrive Deluxe. The third installment of the Bloodrayne franchise wait, what did you say? You never heard of it? Ha! Not my problem. So it's a 2D hack and slash platformer that was developed by WayForward and released for the Xbox 360 back in 2011. We assume the role of Rene, a Dhampir, which is a half-human, half-vampire being, recruited by the vampire-hunting Brimstone Society to infiltrate, and I'm guessing destroy, a castle.
Underground hidden castle.
Yeah, that. So, an underground castle filled with demons, vampires, and fat cock. You can see Rene as a fusion between the Doom guy and an anime girl, because what's better than a badass armor, a big sword, and a fat gun to solo raid an entire stronghold? A skin-tight latex bodysuit, of course. Thank you, WayForward, for always having your priorities in the right place.
Thanks, man. You're welcome.
So Bloodrayne's approach is pretty classic. There are 15 levels in which you'll progress in a straight line, fighting waves of enemies and horrible platforming. I'll get to this later, so just remember it exists for the time being. So my first contact with the game was pretty nice. No, not this. The very first level is really fun. There are a few different combos, which are all performed by pressing the Y button plus I direction. I'm mentioning it because I really hate it when games ask you to learn combos by heart to be able to have fun, which is not Bloodrayne's case. I love Devil May Cry, but come on, I don't want to have to look at a menu every 30 seconds because I forgot a combo. Just memorize it. Fuck you, it's a pain and your parents never loved you, you ugly genetically engineered piece of shit. Sorry about that. Other than this, she has a gun that's absolutely busted and the ability to suck enemies, either to replenish her health or forcing them to act like they're on Twitter and become walking toxic bombs that explode when hearing opinions. I don't like the new God of War. Yeah! There's no skill tree or items to collect, so the gameplay stays mostly the same for the entire game. I say mostly because you, or should I say the bird?
A bunch of ravens doing down here. And there's a white one? Strange.
Hey miss, it's 2025, be more open. White Raven's life matter too. Anyway, so you unlock a laser gun which you'll mainly use to get around.
Which is okay because I've got my boat.
Because using it to fight is, well, see for yourself. It takes away what is to me the best part of the gameplay, being the smoothness of your character's movements. You can, and have, to slide your way through attacks with the help of your dash, and that's also your main tool to make the combos easier to pull. It's like you're a ninja, except you're a Dhampir, so not a ninja.
Don't forget what I told you about premarital sex.
To compensate the fact that we can heal on command, getting hit will stun Rene for so long it's not rare to die at max health because an enemy decides to go full JoJo mode onto her.
Why you bully me?
Though don't worry, as long as you assault your controller the right way, you can stay safe and improvise some pretty sick moves. Yeah, no, okay, this was a bad example.
Don't forget what I told you.
As you can see, the game has a beautiful 2D comic book-like art style that works really well with the gothic horror atmosphere. Obviously inspired from Lego Indiana Jones, of course. By the way, am I the only one who thought it was a Flash game when looking at it? I don't know if it's the art style or the gameplay, but I would have totally believed it if anyone had told me it was on Encon Arcade. Even the animations, as nice as they may be, they look like they came out of... Oh, that's nice. Yes, that's good animating. Alright. So the animations. Combined with the voice acting, they were able to give life to the different characters and enemies in a pretty unexpected way. If only that was enough to make me forget about the game's issues. I told you that the first level was fun, right? That's because Bloodrayne uses the technique of the lollipop, which consists in showing you a good-looking, tasty first level to better lure you into the van and then you get fucked. Because it left out a very big aspect of this game. The platforming.
It's pretty difficult to put into words how disgusted I am, how depressed I am.
I praised the smooth, slidey way the character moves. Well, forget it. It's a fucking cancer in disguise. I never saw it coming, but once they started putting holes in the levels, that was over. It's simple. You will fall by accident. Mixing ridiculously precise platforming with a character that walks with soap attached to her feet is just the worst. It had something good going on with the different movement options, but in action, it's unresponsive and sluggish. Like, the backflip is cool. In the first level, there was no holes or ceilings. I could use it easily in a way that felt dynamic. But now look at this shit. I died because I couldn't build enough momentum to activate it. Or here, against the first boss, I keep sliding off of him because it's such a mess visually, I don't know what the fuck is going on at all. It's like they didn't even think about how the character moves when designing the levels. And the more you progress, the worse it becomes because they keep recycling everything. They scattered skulls to collect across the levels for replayability, but I'll be damned before going through this hell again. I want to like this game, truly, but it's 80% suffering and not in a fun S&M way. I'm talking crushing your pinky toe against furniture in the morning kind of suffering. I can't fathom how WayForward could mess up this bad compared to their other games like Shantae or Mighty Switch Force to name their best ones. Even the musics can save this mess. I can't take this no more. I'm just gonna go ahead and play Flappy Bird. Excuse me? You're wondering where this comes from? Well, you get to play as this bird at some point.
I don't believe it. He's human. What a shock.
Huh? The hell you mean he's human? He can become a raven at will. Never mind that. It's easily the second best thing about Bloodrayne Betrayal. The first one being the unlockable gallery, of course. Which says a lot. Why? Because birds can fly. That's why it's so fun. Fuck the platforming. And as a bird, I can scream at enemies until they die. Now that's what I call gameplay. You know what? I keep talking about how it's fun to crawl around, but the basic bitch guy seems like he's having trouble flying. Hold up, let me borrow your power, my guy. I'll show you how it's done. Ah, oopsie. I got myself a new power, so I'll just pretend like this never happened and just go about my merry way. Huh? What the fuck is this? Do you guys have something against bird or what? I had enough of this. Screw it, I'm going home. Conclusion? Go play Shantae.
And the pirate's curse.
Well, hello there. I hope you enjoyed this salty video. If that's the case, don't hesitate to subscribe. It's always appreciated. And you can always leave your comment down below. Now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna go make cards out of monsters' bodies.